Hi, my name is Bree and I'm cooking recipes out of my grandma's recipe box. Today I am making macaroni and cheese. I don't actually have a written recipe for this one. I will do my best to write something down in the description box. This is just something I learned from a small child and then just made it over and over again since then. So basically you just boil some noodles, any noodles that you like will work, and then you mix in your favorite cheese or any cheese that you have left on hand that works together for macaroni and cheese. Add some cream and butter and season it with salt and pepper to your liking, and then you have macaroni and cheese. So today I have Monterey Jack that I need to use up. I have some sharp cheddar that I'm going to shred, and then some Colby Jack cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and shred those up. I do prefer to use block cheese and shred it myself because I don't like the stuff in the pre-shredded cheese. So, and plus it melts better. Normally what I do is just dump in any kind of cheese I have left over in the fridge. I know that seems like a lot of cheese, but whatever I don't use today, I try to shred the cheese once a month. So I'll either put it in the fridge, and then if I don't use it soon, I'll put it in the freezer for later. So one thing I like to do is keep a chunk out to taste together, make sure all the cheeses are actually going to work together. You want like a softer melting cheese to make sure the cheese will melt into the macaroni and cheese. So at least one of the cheeses must be a melting cheese. Otherwise, you're just going to have a bunch of cheeses that are hard together. So the sharp cheese is really hard. This Monterey Jack, it's a Colby Jack, is a kind of mixture between a melting cheese and hard cheese, but this one is a really soft cheese, so it's going to melt really beautifully in there. So don't just put hard cheeses in there. You can always Google it. And these taste delicious together. So good that I can't stop eating them. I am not dumping all of this in there. I'm only making a smaller portion. I just buy a big box because it's cheaper. Sometimes that's not always the case, but this time it was. And sometimes I do make a big box. It just depends on how many people I'm feeding. Let's go with 10 minutes. So I have a lot of heavy whipping cream. Half and half is just half cream, half milk. So I will just put half cream, but normally I use half and half because that's what I normally have. But I think I bought this to make a whipped topping. There's no real measurement there. You just put as much cream or milk as you want in there. I guess I'm doing 1 cup. Forgot I was writing it down for you. So we have 1 pound of pasta, 1 cup. And I suppose I need to measure out some cheese for you. Just a handful. spoonful is. There we go. Half a cup of each cheese. See how that gets me. One time, I tried to trick my kids with the macaroni and cheese, and I pureed the carrots and threw it in there, and they could definitely tell. I tried to puree cauliflower in there as well. They were more leaning towards eating cauliflower than carrots, but they could tell. Anytime I tried to trick them into eating a vegetable with macaroni and cheese, they knew instantly. If you ever forget to time noodles when you're cooking them, don't worry about it. Just test them out. Take one out of the pan and throw it on the plate or counter if your counter's clean, and you can put it in your mouth and test it out. Sometimes it won't take the full amount of time to boil the noodles. Sometimes it will only take 8 minutes and the box might say 10 minutes. So that's another good reason for you to just test where the noodle is. Just depends on a lot of things. And also, different people like their noodles at different doneness. I don't like my noodles all dente, but some people do. Alright, we're not using any of the... You can turn your stove off at this point. We're not using any of the pasta water, so just go ahead and drain that. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons of butter in there. Actually, I did it 8 tablespoons of butter. So we're putting 1 tablespoon of butter in there. I like to mix it around so the noodles don't stick. Then we're adding the noodles back in. Maybe they'll come out. Then we're adding our half and half, 1/2 cup of it. Mix it all around. Then you're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. More or less depending on how much you like to taste. If you like different seasoning salts, throw that in there. That'll make it taste even better. You can put pepper in there, but I have a child that doesn't like to see pepper or taste pepper, so I have to pepper it afterwards. Then you're going to put the cheese in. I have 1.5 cups of cheese. So, 1/2 cup of every cheese I have. Stir it around. And once the cheese is all melted, you are ready to go. I have 2 cups of cheese. There we go. So it's 2 cups of cheese per 1 pound of pasta. And then you have really creamy macaroni and cheese. I'll bring you along. Creamy macaroni and cheese. At this point, you can just eat it. That's the way my kids love to eat it. You can also throw it in a baking dish and bake it in the oven and put like breadcrumbs over top of it if you like baked macaroni and cheese. But we prefer just stovetop. Right, I'm going to get a plate out. Put it on a plate so you can see what it looks like. And I have a bunch of waiting kids grabbing the macaroni and cheese. They got big smiles on their faces because they're happy to see macaroni and cheese. All right, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.